If you struggle to stay focused when you study, or you feel like you're not remembering anything, then this video is for you. This is one of the most effective ways to study, and it's helped me learn faster, remember for longer, and actually enjoy the process. Hi, I'm Alex, and I've spent 3 years refining this study method. What makes this really nice is after a little bit of preparation, you can turn any downtime in your day into effective study time, no matter how short. In this video, I'll explain how this method works and how to apply it step by step. This method does two things really well. It helps you remember things better using spaced repetition instead of forgetting everything within a week of learning it, and it makes it easy to get started on a study session and makes it fun to keep going. I'll walk you through the key ideas of this method and then show you how to apply it step by step. So let's start with the forgetting curve. The forgetting curve is a fancy term for something we've all experienced. You learn something new, and then a few days later, you've already forgotten most of it. In fact, people forget up to 90% of what they've learned within a week of learning it. That's where spaced repetition comes in. It's a study technique where you review information just before you're about to forget it. Each time you review, your brain holds onto it a bit longer until it becomes really easy to remember. For that, we'll use Anki. Anki is a free flashcard app you can use on your computer or phone, unless you're an iOS user, there it's one-time payment. It uses a smart algorithm that implements spaced repetition for you, so you focus on what you don't know and what you're about to forget, not what you already remember well. To install Anki on your computer, you'll want to head to your browser and open ankiweb.net. Click on Download Anki and select the version for your operating system. On mobile, you'll find Anki on the iOS App Store or the Play Store. Once you have Anki installed and open on your desktop, it will ask you to log in. I would recommend making an account on ankiweb.net because it will help you synchronize your flashcards across devices, and it's free. Once you open the app, you'll see that you don't have any decks currently on your account. Just click the Create Deck button, name your deck whatever you want for your topic you're trying to study. Now you're ready to start adding flashcards to your deck. Let's get into how to make repetition effortless. As a first step, you'll want to take your subject and break it down into smaller topics. This will help your brain map out what you're wanting to learn and remember it better. In Anki, you can do this by creating different decks and putting them inside each other like folders. Now, a tiny bit of brain science. Don't worry, we'll keep it simple. You can think of working memory as your brain's workbench. It is where we put information to process it, like doing math or other complicated operations. Your brain can only hold a few things in your mind at once, around 7 chunks of information. So when you're trying to learn a big topic all at once, your brain gets overwhelmed. That's called cognitive load. Basically, how much mental effort you're using or how full your workbench currently is. To make things easier, we will break down our study material into questions and answers, ideally with one word or one sentence as an answer, but sometimes lists will be unavoidable. In those cases, we want to keep them to 7 items or less. Not only will this reduce your cognitive load when studying and make it easier for you, but also make you think about your study material in a new way by phrasing everything that you read into questions and answers. And this will drastically improve how well you study just by preparing the cards and then repeating. Let's break this down with an example. Imagine you want to study a car. First, I would break it down into components, like the engine, the frame, the underbody, and the interior. Then, I would break down these components even further into subcomponents. For example, the engine here. I would make a card about each one of these components and subcomponents and make sure that all of them are interconnected. For example, I'd make sure to ask, what moves a car? The answer being the engine and the wheels. Or, what is the primary function of an engine? To burn fuel and generate energy for the car to move. It's very important to establish that two-way connection, not just a top-down one, because this will improve your memory retention. So, you might be wondering, how does this make repetition easier? It's pretty simple. These flashcards don't take a lot of time to solve. Usually about 20 to 30 seconds when you're starting, and you get faster over time. This reduces the barrier of entry to studying a lot because you can tell your brain, oh, I'm just going to do one flashcard, 20 seconds investment, that's nothing. But usually you don't stick with that. When you do one card, you end up doing 2, or you might as well do 5. I'm sitting in the bus for 10 minutes, might as well do a few flashcards. And the best thing is, this makes it addicting, because every time you get one right, your brain releases a little bit of dopamine, a reward chemical that a lot of people are already familiar with. That means that your brain will get addicted to studying, to that rush of getting flashcards right one after the other. Now we get to the last piece of the puzzle, which is consistency. You have to show up daily or nearly daily. Don't worry, your workload will reduce over time to just a few minutes a day, as the algorithm gets better at recognizing which cards you already know and which you don't. It's key that you show up as much as possible, because these cards are scheduled while you still have a high chance of remembering. If you show up way later than Anki scheduled the card for you, chances are you've already forgotten it, and you'll have to restart it. So if you want to keep your work to a minimum, really show up every day. It will only take a few minutes of time investment daily and will start becoming fun, and you'll make a habit out of it. So do stay at it. So in conclusion, this method will use spaced repetition to counter the way you naturally forget, and Anki will schedule the cards optimally for you to have maximum efficiency when learning. Also, turning all of your cards into questions and answers will make you think about the subject from a new perspective and help you immensely with your learning progress and already prepare you for your exam. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more content like this. And let me know if this method helped you, and if you'd like a follow-up video on my custom Anki templates that make my studying even more efficient. See you next time.